online. If it's on your end, you might need to restart. If it's on my end, I'll get it back up and running very quickly. So each day this week, we've been exploring the planetary energies that go along with the days of the week. Monday, from Vedic astrology and through into our Romance languages, Lundi is Monday, the day of the moon. It's very receptive, very emotional, very loving. Tuesday is Mardi, or the day of Mars. Mars is very martial energy of action and will, and strength and courage. Wednesday is Mercury's day, Mercredi, and is the energy of communication, of quickness, of mercurial, changeable energies. Thursday, yesterday, Jeudi, is Jupiter's day. This is a day of auspicious goodness, of spiritual teachings, of wealth, of children. And then Friday brings us to Vendredi, Venus's day. And Venus aligns with the archetype of Lakshmi. Lakshmi, of course, sits on a beautiful lotus flower, and she's flanked by two elephants who are showering her with water, and she pours forth from her pot golden coins, and she's surrounded in the imagery of abundance. She has 4 hands, and those hands represent Dharma, our path in life, a righteous path or a good path in life. Dharma, Artha, our wealth, our ability to have abundance, and abundance is part of the spiritual path. Dharma, Artha, Kama, the spiritual path of pleasure itself, and then Moksha, spiritual union. So she's this goddess that doesn't push away the mundane world. In fact, she invites in and celebrates the mundane world as the most spiritual. So the main energy of Venus Lakshmi, Friday, which relates to the goddess Freya, the goddess of fiery hearth, is that of pleasure, of love, of abundance. So place your hands at your heart center in Anjali Mudra. And take a few long, deep breaths. And we'll chant the seed or bija mantras of the goddess Lakshmi, the energy of Venus. Om Dram, dream, Draum, Sa. Exhale out, inhale in. Om Dram, dream, Draum, Sa. Shukraye Namaha. Shukra is our vital essence. Shukraye Namaha. Inhale. Shukraye Namaha. Place your hands into Padma Mudra. I'll bring this closer. Base of palms together, thumbs together, and pinkies together in a little outstretched flower, a flower or lotus blossom at the heart. And let your mind rest at the heart center. Imagining the inhale blossoming the heart, the exhale gently closing the flower petals at the heart center. Leaving the hands in this Padma Mudra, we'll begin Shikara Pranayama. So the teeth lightly touch and the lips spread, and we inhale through the teeth. And then exhaling slowly out through the nose. And continue like this. Imagine nectar dripping down. From the soft palate of the mouth down through the spine, all the way down to the base of the spine. So it's an inhale through the slightly touched teeth. And exhale out through the nose. Shikara pranayama. And take 3 more of these Shikara pranayama. Notice the sensation inside the body, inside the mind, and then begin to circle through the hands and wrists, spinning. The flower of the heart, the Venus archetype, lives at the heart center. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of microphone interference. I don't want to rub. And begin to ignite the Ujjayi breath. Circle the wrists the opposite direction. I have a lot of chats coming in. Seeing screen share, that's okay. I'll be sending out an email about the little thing I told you about the schedule. It's not a problem. It's an additional bonus. So if you don't get it, it's no problem. You'll still get into class. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, arms down. Bring the hands to the shins. Begin with spinal flexes like a seated cat and cow. Inhaling, opening through the spine. Exhaling, retreated. You can be on your knees if that is a preference or a block underneath the sits bone. The Venus archetype is very oily and unctuous. So imagine that you're pouring warm oil over the body or in and around the spine. What is it like? It's like in Wizard of Oz when they go to the Emerald City and they all get all fixed up and the Tin Man gets his joints all oiled. Imagine that. Bring the spine up straight. Inhale. Gently, gently retain the breath. Tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Exhale out completely. So the Venus archetype, that Lakshmi, Aphrodite, draw the inner thighs in archetype, is the aspect of ourself that really wants to feel good. So let your practice really feel good today. Ground down through the left sits bone. Inhale, draw the left arm up, draw the left elbow back. Then find some space underneath the right armpit and lengthen to the right side. Inhale up, other side. Left hand down, ground through the right sits bone. Lift up underneath the right armpit. Left armpit. Draw the right arm up and over. Pull the right elbow back, lengthen. Inhale, lift up. If you're seated cross-legged, switch your ankles to even out through the hips. Draw the inner thighs in, find a stable base. Inhale, draw your left arm up. Exhale, bring left hand across to right knee. Right hand behind, lift up out of the spine and rotate. And if the video is particularly glitchy today or anything, please somebody tell me. Though I'd need several people to tell me because I can always switch channels. Inhale from here, exhale, release right arm up, inhale. Exhale, right hand across to left knee. Lift up out of the spine, left fingertips down, rotate. Inhale deeply, exhale completely. Release, switch the ankles again, hands down onto the knees, the ability of the spine to rotate around itself. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. So Lakshmi, Venus, is the archetype of beauty. And both Lakshmi, Venus, and Aphrodite all are born out of the churning of an ocean. All have a kind of parthenogenic arousal, which means that they are self-arising. They aren't born out of a normal kind of pregnancy. They don't have a mother or a father. They rise up out of the ocean, which in yogic symbolism is the churning of the lower chakras that allows for the upward movement of grace. And then the showering back down of the elephants on the Lakshmi archetype is the return of that grace back down into the subtle body. Find your midline, inhale. Gently retain the breath, soften. Exhale. Churn the spine the other direction, inhaling forward, exhaling around to back. Remember, this is like the oiling of the joints. Getting the synovial fluid to move into all those crevices, all of the creaky crevices. And find a straight line. Inhale. Tip of the tongue lightly touching on the roof of the mouth. Exhale completely. If you're on your knees, stay where you are. If you're cross-legged, switch the ankles again, even out the hips. You can also be seated on a blanket. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale. Down and forward. Onto the elbows or reaching out further. Opening the spine. Opening the hips. The ability of the spine to bend forward and back. There are 6 primal movements of the spine. We're moving through all of them. Hands behind. Draw the tips of the scapula down the back, open through the heart. And the number 6 is the number of Lakshmi, Venus. Exhale, release. Recross your legs one last time. Or seated on the knees, rotate your palms up, fingertips together. Lengthen the spine upward and downward. So imagine your spine hanging down and the whole thing lengthens. Sits bones down, crown of head up. Exhale, release. Slight smile on the eyes. Smile at the base of the skull. Come forward onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Lift your lower belly. Walk your arms out long in front. Inhale. Exhale. Anahatasana. Melting heart pose. Inhale, come up onto the hands and knees. Take this left leg out to the side. Toes point forward. If that hurts your ankle, you could rotate the toes to the side. Take this left inner thigh, rotate it up and in. Stack your hip on top of the back right knee. Tuck the right toes. Walk the arms out long in front. Ardha Anahatasana. Hands underneath your shoulders. Draw this left knee in, then right side. Draw right leg out to the side. Toes point forward or toes out to the side. Tuck under your back left toes. There can be a slight angle, hip to knee. Lift through the lower belly. Inhale, roll this right thigh up and in. Draw down and forward. Hands underneath your shoulders. Walk the legs back. Walk your hands out in front of your shoulders. Move your toes to the outer edges of the mat. Bend your knees. Lift the tailbone up. Come into a frog dog posture. Knees bent in towards each other, way up onto the toes. Claw with your fingers. Pull the lower belly back. Lift tailbone up. Drop. Crown of head down. Keep squeezing the hands towards each other without moving them on the mat to ignite scapular protraction. Inhale from here. Exhale. Knees down to the mat. Bring the big toes together. Bring the knees apart so my toes are tucked under. If your feet can't handle that, that's okay. Release the toes. But if you can, tuck the toes. Open through the inner groin. Walk the arms out long in front towards this frog posture. Moving towards a big asana. Hands underneath the shoulders. Release the toes. Child's pose. Elbows down onto the mat. Thumbs to the base of the skull. Forearms down onto the mat. Palms together. Pinkies together. See this scapula wide, so not here, here. Press down into the elbows. Draw your lower belly back up and in. Tuck your toes. Crown of the head is off the mat. Elbows push down. Shirshula Anjali. Walk your feet as wide as the mat. Bend your knees in towards each other. Lift the tailbone up. Then begin to walk your feet back towards each other and up towards your elbows. Keep pressing through the elbows. 5 breaths. Knees down onto the mat, hands down onto the mat, tuck the toes, inhale deeply, exhale, downward facing dog. Hasta. Ground into your right heel, lift the left leg up towards the sky, roll your left hip on top of the right, bend your left knee, claw with your fingers, look underneath the left armpit, and then take your left ankle and circle it. You're going to generate a little bit of heat in the ankle and in the calf. Let it come. 4, 5, 6, other direction. 1, 2, churning the buttermilk ocean. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale deeply, exhale, place left foot down. 5 breaths, downward facing dog. Squeeze the hands towards each other, lift the tailbone up. And finding the pleasurable aspects of the breath, those Venus Chakra aspects. Ground into your left leg, inhale, right leg up, bend your right knee, look underneath the right armpit, right ankle circles. 1, number 6 for Venus. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Circle other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale deeply, exhale completely, downward facing dog. 5 breaths, squeeze the hands together, press through the heels. Ground into the right foot, inhale. Left leg up towards the sky. Big circles now of the hip. Draw. Left knee to left elbow. Draw into the midline and up and back. We'll take 3 of these. Again, this is the oiling of the joints. And you could do this from the knee. Inhale, in, and then back up. 2, 3, because it's half of 6. Draw this left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, left foot down. Let everything be graceful and oily, this Venus Friday energy. Right knee, right elbow into the midline and then back up. And of course we could take this from the knee. We'll get the same, in fact I'm going to, oilation of the hip. 3, draw the leg back up, place the foot down. Walk your feet. Now imagine that flowers are blooming where you place your feet. So slowly walk your flowered feet, your Pada Padma, up underneath your hips. Feet hip distance apart, hands to wrists or to elbows. Let everything cascade down. Knees slightly bent, nod your head yes and no. And maybe. Swing the arms from side to side if you like to. Send the tailbone down, roll up through the spine, 1 vertebra at a time. Come all the way to standing. Find your Tadasana. Inhale, draw your arms upward, fingertips together in this Haikini mudra. Feet grounded down. Feel the whole spine elongate up to down. Inhale, keeping the hands together. Exhale, lean towards your left side. Draw the right elbow back. Squeeze the inner thighs open through the sides of the waist. Back of the head moves back in space. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Fingertips together. Inhale. Lengthen up to down. Exhale, lean to the right side. Pull the left elbow back. Inhale, lift up to the center. Exhale, arms down. Inhale your arms up. Bring them down through the midline. Offer down and over. Cascade over, knees bent, chest hanging down. So really this Venus energy of flowing, of offering, of grace. Inhale from here. Exhale, left knee back behind. Ground down. Inhale, draw the arms up to a low lunge. Spiral the left inner thigh in. Lift through the lower belly. Press into the front right knee. Expand just a little bit through the heart, not through the lower back. Hands down to the mat. Downward facing dog, or some friends may really enjoy the vinyasa, but let the vinyasa in our Venus Lakshmi practice be very playful, not very intense. Avoid intensity, knees, chin, chest down to the mat. Draw the elbows back. Press the pubic bone down. Everyone onto their forearms. Shoulder blades down the back. Belly engaged now. Draw the inner thighs in. So the tendency here is to roll the legs out or roll the legs in. Do neither. Extend the legs straight out behind you. Begin to slide the rib cage from side to side, keeping the lower belly engaged. This is called Nagini Madasana, little tiny drunken snake pose. Specifically, she's drunk on mead or honey wine. So this Lakshmi archetype brings us into a lot of animal archetypes. We've been through a frog and a dog and a frog dog, and now a little snake. Of course, one of her vehicles is an owl. Hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, tuck at the knees. If you like to, straight back to downward facing dog, or walk the arms out long in front. Pull the lower belly up. Exhale, heart center down. Anahatasana. This melting, graceful flow of Shukra, Dram, Dream, Dram, So, Shukra, Namaha. Inhale deeply, exhale, tuck the toes downward facing down. Draw your left leg up towards the sky. Pull the inner thigh in, deep exhalation, left foot through, right knee down onto the mat. Draw the right inner thigh in, ground down through the left foot, then inhale, expand up. Hands down to the mat, draw your back right foot forward to meet the left foot, knees slightly bend, hands to shin, hands to wrists or elbows, hang down, lean, drape, dance side to side if you like to. One of Venus's names is Sachi. Sachi is the sideways glance that you give to a lover or someone with whom you're flirting. So Lakshmi has a very seductive energy. Ground the tailbone down, roll up through the spine. Venus, Aphrodite, inhale, expand up. Exhale down through the midline, rotate through the hands if you like to. It's graceful, pouring down and over. Inhale deeply, exhale. Right leg out behind, the knee can come down onto the mat, or inhale up to a high lunge. Stabilize this left knee over the midline of the left foot. Don't let it fall in or out. Pull the lower belly up, scissor the inner thigh in, and then press back through the right heel. Playful and fun is the energy of Lakshmi. Lakshmi Left foot Venus meets the right. Some friends through a chaturanga, playful chaturanga, or knees and chin and chest down to the mat. Draw the elbows back, press pubic bone down. This time onto the forearms, or you could come up a little bit higher to a Pigeon asana. Belly still on the mat, buttocks engaged. Again, legs straight out behind, so don't let them go wide. Inner thighs in, and then again, letting the rib cage move side to side. Little smile on the lips. Bend at the knees, tuck the toes, lift the lower belly. Downward facing dog, or walk the arms out in front. Anahatasana. Tuck the toes, inhale deeply, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up towards the sky, spiral the inner thigh in. Exhale, right foot comes through. Draw the left inner thigh in, ground down through the right foot, knee down or knee lifted. Draw the lower belly back and inhale, expand up, high lunge or low lunge. Fingertips to the mat. Draw your right foot forward to meet the left foot. Feet hip distance apart. Knees can hinge. Hands to the elbows. Gently rock side to side. And send the tailbone down. Roll up through the spine. One vertebra at a time. Come all the way to standing. Fingertips together. Long, straight spine. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Bend your knees over the midline of the feet. Feet hip distance apart. Okay, so nice and wide. Don't let the knees fall in or out. Lift the lower belly up and in. Forearms together, hands intertwined. Thumbs to the third eye. This Gajra asana or elephant posture. Lakshmi's beautiful white elephants. Inhale from here. Exhale down and over your legs. Peace sign fingers around the big toes. Inhale, lengthen up. Ground into your heels. Tips of the scapula down. Exhale, release down. Hands down to the mat. Some friends through a vinyasa. Some friends back to downward facing dog. The next posture is going to be an Ardha Hanumanasana, half Hanumanasana. So some friends from your downward facing dog take left leg up, draw the left foot all the way through. Some friends bring your knees down to the mat, take your left leg, pull left leg through. Okay, so one way or the other we'll get there. Hands can be onto blocks if you have them, or down onto the mat. Pull the head of this left femur back. Pull the toes back. Take the right knee back behind just a little bit, but not all the way back behind, so you have this nice angle. Now, I have a tendency to hyperextend my front knee. I just have that little tendency to pop it into place, and that won't feel good to me. So I actually micro bend. I loosen the front knee just a tiny bit to protect it. And then I squeeze the inner thighs in, and then lengthen down over this left leg. Now, I don't need to make this a big, huge split or a big, huge overstep. We're just lengthening the hamstrings. Now, take this left leg, rotate it out from the hip socket, down towards the mat, and then pull the toes back up. Draw the inner thigh in more, lift through the lower belly more, and exhale, lengthen down. You should now really find the back of the left leg, back of the hamstrings. Now, rotate these right toes behind you. Gonna kickstand them down behind you. I can open through the inner groin if I like to, or I can leave the knee right underneath the hip. It's up to you. And then I'm gonna walk the arms out, down, between the legs. I'm gonna draw this left leg back behind. The left thigh is reaching back behind me as I come into Parshva Ardha Hanuman Asana, revolved half split pose. And I'll walk my hands back around to the front. If you have a blanket, you might want it underneath that back knee. Bend into your front left knee, hands down to the mat. Some friends, through your vinyasa. Some friends, a playful, delightful vinyasa, not getting too intense. Venus is not an intense energy. Some friends, a child's pose. So again, then we'll take a right leg up towards the sky and draw a right foot through. Some friends, place your knees down, draw this right leg through. Very simple. Pull the head of the right femur back. Hands could be onto blocks if you have them, or onto the mat. This back left knee can travel just behind. You might like a blanket to protect it. Pull the lower belly up. Again, I'm going to micro bend this front knee just a tiny bit so I don't hyperextend it, because that's my tendency of my knee joints. And then I'll lengthen down and over. Now, come up, rotate this left leg out, down, right leg out, down towards the mat. I'm going to externally rotate. And this is going to help us adjust so that we come deeper into the hamstrings. I'm going to rotate the toes up towards the sky. Pull the head of the femur back. Press into the back toes and then lengthen down over the leg. And then you should really have an experience of sensation down the back of this right leg. Now kickstand, left toes behind. Walk the arms between the legs. You can have the hip on top of the knee, or you can begin to open through the inner groin. Pull these right thigh back and then draw the chest down and to the inside. Keep the left thigh engaged. Hands down to the mat, rotate, bend through this front right knee. Some friends through their vinyasa, playfully. Some friends back to downward facing dog. Knees down onto the mat. So here you may need to rotate on your mat, which may mean that you have to rotate your device. I don't know. You will figure it out, but Parigasana, gate opening posture. You might like a block if you have one. Left leg is going to come out to the side. There's different schools of thought. Right knee could be slightly outside of right hip or right underneath. I'm fine with both, or a slight angle. Right hand is going to come down to a block or down to the mat. I'm pressing into the pinky toe edge of my back left foot. And then I find space here. The tendency will be to crunch underneath this right side of the waist. So I'm going to find space. Fingers rotate out. Press into left foot. Draw left arm all the way by the ear. Rotate. Left elbow up towards the sky. Lengthen through the left side. Left hand to left hip, lift up, move the block over if you're using it, or left hand can go to left thigh, just don't press into the knee. Draw the pubic bone up, inhale, right arm up and over, or fingertips reaching down towards the mat. Inhale up, exhale. Release, draw through the midline, other side. Right leg out long, toes point front. If that's too much for the ankle, they can point to the side. Hip over knee, left fingertips down to the block, left shoulder down the back. Draw the pubic bone up, right arm all the way by the ear. Rotate, draw the right elbow up towards the sky. Inhale, lift up, move the block over. Our hand could go to your thigh or reach down to the mat. Pubic bone draws up, draw the left arm over, pull the left elbow back, open through the side of the waist. Parigasana, gate opening posture. Because we're opening the gateways of the sides of the body. Inhale from here, exhale, release. On the knees, place the block between the thighs. Scissor the inner thighs and lift the pubic bone up. Everyone hands to the lower back, not down to the knees. Squeeze the inner thighs. Loop the shoulders. Offer heart center upward. Inhale deeply. Exhale, release. Take the block away, hands in front of the shoulders, downward facing dog. Inhale, walk your feet up underneath your hips, feet hip distance apart, peace sign fingers around your big toes, lengthen through the sides of the waist. Inhale, roll the inner thighs, exhale down and over. Bend the knees straight over the midline of the feet, so they're hip distance apart, back to this Gajra Asana, this elephant pose. Inner thighs in, forearms together. Intertwine the fingers, base of the thumbs to the third eye. Inhale, straighten through the knees, walk the feet out as wide as the mat. Ground the weight back into the heels. Walk the arms out in front. Roll the inner thighs. Draw the heart center down and forward. So this is a functional forward fold with feet as wide as the mat. Walk the feet back towards each other. Bend the knees. Roll up through the vertebra one at a time. Open, legs out wide. Roll the thighs back. Bend the knees. Sit down to a Devi Asana, goddess posture, sometimes called a horse stance. Spread the thighs out wide. Lift the inner arches. Hands to this Padma Mudra. So this is base of thumbs together, base of palms together, pinkies together. This flower at the heart. Inhale. Draw the lotus upward. Exhale. Down to the heart. Inhale. Draw the lotus flower upward. Exhale. To the heart. Inhale. Draw the lotus flower upward. Exhale. To the heart. Inhale. Draw upward as you sit down. Exhale. To the heart. Stand up. Straighten arms, straighten legs. Tara Asana. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your knees over the midline of your feet. Draw the thighs back, hands onto the thighs, tips of the scapula down, back to these little oleation maneuvers. Slide your hips from side to side. Send the tailbone down, draw the pubic bone forward, roll the thighs back. Right forearm to the thigh, draw left arm by the ear. Keep the toes spread. They're going to want to gather up here and pinch. Don't let them spread the toes out wide. Send the tailbone down. Draw the thighs back. Left forearm to the thigh, right arm by the ear. Inhale, slowly straighten through the arms, straighten through the legs. Draw the feet underneath the hips. Stand in your Tadasana. Left foot grounds down into the mat. Lift through the right heel. Rotate right leg out from the hip. Right foot to the thigh. The calf or toe down to the mat. Vrikshasana. Hands at this Padma Mudra. Base of palms together. Pinkies together. Thumbs together. So the flowered tree of the heart space. Inhale, draw this flower up above the crown of the head, awakening Sahasrara Chakra. Exhale, hands down, ground through the feet. Inhale, take your arms up. Open through the lungs. Some friends move through your vinyasa. Exhale down. Other friends stay standing. Exhale. Playfully. Deep breath. Inhale up to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Vrikshasana, other side. Ground into your right foot. Lift through your left heel. Rotate out, tailbone down, right side strong. Toe could remain on the mat. You could also use a wall. Hand to the, or foot to the ankle. Don't place the foot at the knee. So again, protecting the knee joint. Draw the knee down, draw the tailbone down, hands to Padma Mudra. Pinkies together, base of palms together, thumbs together. Slight smile on the mouth. Inhale, draw this flower up to the crown of the head, awakening Sahasrara Chakra, crown chakra, awakening. Exhale, hands down to the sides of the waist, feet down. Inhale, draw your arms up. Exhale, down and forward to your downward facing dog through whatever pathway you choose. So we're going to draw the left foot through. This could be from the knees, drawing left foot through. We're going to stretch through the quadricep. Right hand down. Left foot is out a little bit wide, but I still have hip, knee, and foot aligned. So the foot isn't overturned out or in or on the, or sickled. The arch is lifted. My right hand is down on the mat or on the block, and then I'm going to flex this left foot back and take my hand underneath the left foot. The knee is bent, and I'm drawing back. And as I do so, I'm drawing the head of the left femur back into the socket. And then I'll place the foot down because I've engaged the posterior chain, the back set of muscles, the back chain of muscles through the back of the body. And then I'm going to take a deep breath down into the lower back, into the kidney area. And then I'll reach my left arm up towards the sky. Some friends will stay right here. Some friends, left hand to lower back, drawing the left shoulder back. Some friends, bend back right knee, reach hand back around to right foot. You can use a strap here. It's hard to get it around the foot. Pull heel into buttock, then press foot back into hand, lift through the pubic bone and open through the heart. Hands down to the mat, Optional vinyasa for some friends. Very playful, delightful, Lakshmi loving, Venus, Shukra flowing. Other side, we can come from the knee or from downward facing dog. Draw, right leg forward. Bending through the knee first, so the foot is a little bit wide. Hip, knee, foot is aligned, but it's not straight in front of me. It's a slight diagonal to make room for the hips. Left hand down, flex this right foot, and then draw your hand underneath and pull back. Place right toes down, left hand down to the mat, back toes tucked. Draw the right arm up towards the sky. Some friends may like to stop right here. Or hand can come around to the lower back. Take a deep breath into the kidney area. If you like to bend this back left knee, you've got to get over the head of the patella, or else it's not going to feel good. Reach your hand back around to the foot. Pull heel into the buttock, lifting the lower belly, and then press foot back into hand. Draw the right shoulder down the back and open the heart. Exhale, hands down to the mat, through your vinyasa or back to downward facing dog. Draw your feet up underneath your hips, lift through your heart. Exhale, release down, take a deep breath all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Move your legs out wide, prasarita. Stance, draw your hips down and over. Draw your chest down and over. Hands to opposite elbows or resting on the mat. Now you can take this as a slow, deep, long posture, or you can begin to float the arms in a figure 8 shape, letting the upper body cascade and drape down and really inviting this oiliation, this shukra, the synovial fluid. It's as if you're being poured in a really nice warm bath, and everything is just getting very lubricated and soft. Om Ram Rim Raum Sa Shukraye Namaha. Hands down to the mat, melting crown of head downward. If you can rest your head onto a block or several blocks, or crown of head down to the mat. Take a deep breath. Then inhale up to standing so you don't get dizzy. Draw your feet back underneath your hips. Take this little dance. It's very good for the hips. Stand forward. Inhale, draw the arms up. Exhale, melt down and forward. Hands down to the mat. Come into child's pose. Any child's pose. And roll up through the spine, draw your legs around to the front. Left leg out long, right knee bends, right foot into the thigh. If there's any knee pain or hip pain, you could block underneath the knee or blanket underneath the buttocks. Janu Shirshasana first. Inhale. Oh, I'm sorry. We want to go diagonal. Okay? So take this right leg out, left leg out on a diagonal, not straight forward. Then Knee comes out to the side. I'm going to rotate my chest. Foot flexed. I'm going to inhale and exhale down and over this left leg. Imagine the right side of the lower belly lifting and then offering down towards this left leg. Inhale, roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Take this left hand down to the left ankle. Draw the right arm up. Inhale. As you exhale, now open through the side of the waist. Draw this right elbow up and back and then lengthen and open underneath the left side. So the tendency here is going to be to drop the heart or crunch through the side of the waist. Lift up, lift, it could be here, and rotate, keeping the heart center bright. The heart center is the Lakshmi Venus area. Inhale, lift up, place this right hand behind you. The variation is here. Left hand to the heart, point the toes, take the arm straight up, lifting the heart. Or ground into the back hand, ground into the shin, lift, right arm up towards the sky. Deep Parigasana, gently release, other side. Left foot into the groin, right leg diagonal. So it's not your most side, it's not your most front, it's a diagonal. Lift, draw, flex right foot, exhale, lengthen down and over right leg. Inhale, roll up, right hand to right shin. Keep the foot flexed or even peace sign fingers to the toe. Lift up out of the side of the waist. Draw left arm up and over. Pull the left elbow back. Lift through the side of the waist and lengthen down. Inhale, lift up. Left hand comes behind, the fingers rotate back. Right hand to the heart, point the toes, take the arm straight up. Or press into the hand, press into the shin, lift the pubic bone up and find this very delightful opening of the heart. Exhale, release down. Soles of feet together, knees apart. Draw the heels in as much as feels comfortable to you. You could have blocks or blankets underneath the knees. You could be seated on the blanket. The feet could be further away. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down and forward. Baddha Konasana. Slight smile on the lips, lips slightly lifted, roll up through the spine, bring your feet away from the pubic bone, hands down to the mat, loop the shoulders down the back, lift the heart. Second variation, down onto the elbows, hands wrap around the outside of your buttocks, drop head and chest down. Chin to chest, hands down. Come up, come all the way down onto your back, knees into the chest. Rock side to side, rotate through the hips. Left leg down long. Right leg rotates out from the hip. Hand to the ankle or foot. Half happy baby pose. Left hand to the thigh. And take this right leg, extend it out, down and long. Flex and point your feet. Draw left leg up, rotate out from the hip. Left hand to the arch of the foot or ankle. Half happy baby pose. Right hand to the right thigh. Breathe into the base of the skull. Om Dram Dream Dram Sa Shukraye Namaha. Exhale, release legs out, down and long. Stretch arms above the head. Stretch the toes out, draw your knees in towards your chest. Arms out from the shoulders in a cactus shape or T shape. Exhale, draw both knees down and over to the left side. The Venus energy is that which wants all the comforts in life. The delicious food, the comfortable beds, the loving family, wealth, abundance, and yet is able to integrate all of that abundance without losing the current of pure consciousness. Inhale the knees up and exhale them over to the right side. Left arm reaches out from the shoulder. So let yourself be comfortable and delight in that comfort. Delight in the pleasure of the practice. Draw the knees back up towards the sky, rock side to side. Rest with the soles of the feet together and the knees apart, palms out to the side or palms together at the heart center. Lift the tip of the tongue up to the roof of the mouth. Imagine nectar cascading from the crown of the head down through the inside of the spine, back down to the base of the spine. If you like to, as you lie here in Supta Baddha Konasana, you can come back to the Shikari breath that we began with, so teeth lightly touching, inhaling through the teeth. Exhaling out through the nose. And then as you're ready, extend your legs out long. We'll move into our Shavasana. Reaching down onto your back. Letting yourself come into complete relaxation. Letting the eyes fall shut and the whole body release down into the mat. The soul, like the moon, is new and always new again. And I have seen the ocean continuously creating. Since I scored my mind and my body, I too am new each moment. My teacher told me one thing: live in the soul. When that was so, I began to go naked and dance. Meditate within eternity. Don't stay in the mind. Your thoughts are like a child fretting near its mother's breast, restless and afraid, who with a little guidance can find the path of courage. Take a long, deep breath in and release it out, and begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and stretch your body. Rub the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet together. Roll over onto your right side. Make your way up to seated. And place your hands back to this Padma mudra, this mudra of blossoming flowers, of blossoming joy at the heart. Base of palms together, pinkies together, thumbs together. And of course, Lakshmi Venus is the only archetype that doesn't have an animal vehicle. Instead, that archetype rides upon a beautiful flower. With the hands in this Padma shape, the heart open, we'll chant Om Draum Dream, Om Dram Dream Draum Sa, the seed or bead mantras of Venus. Inhale. Om Dram Dream Draum Sa. Shukraye Namaha. Shukraye Namaha. Place your palms together and dedicate your merit. Offer any merit to anyone in need, anyone suffering. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings find happiness. We'll chant Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Exhale out. Inhale in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you for joining today, my friends. Please say goodbye before you go.